He said the same thing. You guys are smart. Look at you. I know. I'm like a fucking crazy person. Yeah, I'm down to be one of your wives. I like that girl. She reminds me of my coworker, Molly. I like Molly. She's just always in a great mood. The girls be like doing like the full circle on their lip and shit. I cannot believe it. I'm almost thinking if we do have to leave, which is not too far of a distance, maybe I'll see what is down by my brother Lamar. If till you guys till you take me home, Michael. But because I've never really got to hang out with my brother. Like, well, I've let him live with me a few times, but I wouldn't be living there. I'd have to like find a park down there. But it would be fun. I feel like to it'd probably be a good idea. Then I get to hang out with my grandma and my big brother. Maybe, and then Brandy already said she would take me down there. And then I wouldn't need a truck because the trucks are going to be gas hogs. And I want to be able to drive far distances without worrying about mileage. Yeah, he's been really nice. Yeah, he's really nice, dude, all the time. Just, and I'm all fucking talking shit, dude, saying, you don't even care about us, and you're the big brother and all this shit. And he's really cares about us. He's so nice, dude. Every time I be mean, he's never, he always sound, he should have been a counselor. He literally just is so kind when he speaks. My dad must have been jealous of him, I wonder, because a lot of the information that I got from him came from my dad, and then it didn't really actually add up if we were talking, because my dad was like, oh, Lamar takes things from me. He just takes things, I'm pretty sure he full-blown said Lamar was like stealing from him. I've let Lamar live with me a few times, and he's, to be honest, he's never stole from me once. Uh, and also, another thing is that my dad put him as the person who was in charge of making all the decisions for him. So, Dad, shut up. Unless Lamar altered the paperwork, which he doesn't seem like he did. He was so strong, too. He, like, identified Dad. He, like, handled everything. Like, he's just such a beautiful, he handled things in such a beautiful, graceful way. I'm just so proud of him for all the things he did. I just love you guys. I get so excited whenever I see people like just do things that are just like beautiful and strong and help us to learn a new method or way to do it too. And rather than just being like negative about it, I get stressed out, but I like solutions. Hi, Gibi baby. You're so pretty. Are you my bestie? Come here. Toy will die. Toy's going to die. Hi, Michael. You think so? It's a little bit juicy, but I believe you guys. We never got to wear makeup growing up. We would have to put it on the bus. All of us did in our class. We would put it on when we rode to school, and we would take it off. Even nail polish. Before we got home, my mom was so strict about nail polish. It was such an act of God to get to do anything. But it's good for me. We were like, well, that's why I do better with a master. She if we even did nail polish, we'd have to always ask permission, and we had to always be in a certain spot, and we had to use newspaper underneath of us so we didn't get paint everywhere, which makes sense. But I remember even one time just asking if we could watch a movie. It was good for us. Kinsey didn't wear makeup. My big sister, she got a makeup kit one time, and I remember, this is good too if you're a female on here, Lange, whatever the fuck they call it. I was like, see, that was crazy, huh? How straight it just got. Just insta. I'd totally get one of those bad boys guys. Like, what the fuck was that? Look at that crazy shit, huh? How it just got so fucking straight. Oh, let's go get some heat protectant in there. Which I do like, this heat protectant. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh man, it's okay when bitches are gay. You can still get through the day. Oh man, don't worry if they're a bitch. You can still not. Okay, you're like, don't knock it off, Tara. Is that her again? Okay, I'm like, what in the fuck? What was I looking for? Oh yeah, heat protectant. See, that's why I'm calling you. I'm a fucking lunatic. It says fuck you. What the fuck? Dude, these people are angry today in this book. I've like been taking books out and just checking them out. And whoever has been reading this book collection is she's got a unique fucking collection, man. Body shaming, fuck you. There's a lot of it's not really that great of a collection, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of books too. Alright, so he'd understood even if she hadn't, that she bought it because of him, because of the fear he turned inside of her, that she needed protection. I wonder if that's Bob. Fucking flies, man. So disgusting, dude. I'm not even kidding you. It is actually, dude, in minutes you're gonna see him like up. It's crazy, bro. That's one bad thing. I wonder if this is gonna be a common problem around here, or in general, like at RV parks. My brother, yeah, they do like sand dunes, and they ride quads all the time. He's got like Harley. He's just like really into vehicles, like a lot. I rode like on the back of his bike with him one day. He doesn't even have a seat on the back, but it looks like his girl knows how to ride. And like, I don't really know how I feel about, I think I'm more like, because my cousin, at least in this case, I'm not, I feel like I'm definitely more one of the dudes. I know some of those girls down there, and they actually did not treat, they had gossipy energy all the way. Or it's either one of the two. It's either gossipy energy or it's intimidated energy. I feel like the best way to describe me showing back up in town during my brother's wedding was pretty much like if I had a fucking straight leather jacket and I was like that fucking, I feel like Grease, who's like, and they're like, I feel like definitely like the bad, like everybody sees me twerking and just like crazy shit. And like, I came up and also became a teacher. Everybody doesn't know how to act. I'm still doing better. I've done better still than every fucking one of them down there. Isn't that fucking dope? No matter how crazy I've got, no matter anything that I've done. I actually still became a teacher. I fucking straight bought a house. I fucking straight moved away. I'm moving again. We have no debt. Like, no matter what, dude. And they were like, they did not, I don't know. My cousins said the same thing. They said, I don't fucking like her, dude. I said, what? I said, I love her. Why do you guys like her? Because I didn't even know. And then I ended up seeing a few more girls that actually were in my sister Kinsey's class. Her name's Shannon, and I'm actually offended about her behavior. She did not say hello, which I did not actually approach her either, just to be fair. But I seen them walking up, and they were in a group with some other girls from school, and my sister's passed away. And so that's where I found it to be disrespectful. I'm also 4 years younger than her, and she was hanging out with my sister-in-law, who's she's fucking several years younger than us. So Shannon basically is hanging out with, but she is a stylist, just to be fair. But that's another thing. I know Shannon. I refer her clients all of the time. Anytime from Grant County, I always have been saying go to Shannon. She totally didn't even say hello or in any way like be a respectful woman. You know, I felt like, bitch, I'll never refer you clients again for that. For one, you also are. She's always just been a bigger like role model to me. I feel like I would have been a little sister to her too. And my sister died, and like it was like a big thing in our town because it's such a small town. And so I feel like she, in a way, like disrespected like that aspect. She doesn't have to do anything, but it made me feel like with her being, what is she now? She would be, she's gonna end up being like 43, and she's hanging out with like 22, 25-year olds. And so she basically, they were like dancing weird on the floor, which is whatever, but they were dancing in a way that I felt like was trying to like actually like, I don't know, it was weird. They were humping each other. I don't know if you've ever seen at the bar people get drunk and they weren't even drinking fucking hard alcohol, bro. You're sitting there fucking drinking like some kind of claw. You know those girls that are on claw and then they get really rowdy and then they're like in a group of four. I haven't seen it very often, but I've seen it a few times. And they were like humping each other. Like one was like literally on her back and humping and they were like, ah, ah. And I guess we could say that they were having fun. But I felt like it was just odd. I don't know that I would really want to kick it with them. This is disgusting as fuck flies. My cousin said the same thing. He was like, no. I fucking hate her. You know what's funny? Two Jameses. I met one of my cousins in Vegas while I was on a teacher convention. And my brother ended up being up there and all my cousins ride Harleys. And they were fucking up there, dude. Isn't that crazy? And one of them's name was James that I met. I seen him at my brother's wedding and I was like, oh, hey, James. He's like, you remember me? Of course I remember you. And literally, dude, of course I remember you guys. I love you. And then just now at this park, RV park too, there's a James too. And he just said the same thing. I was like, oh, hey, James. He's like, you remember me? What's up with James? Is like, do you like feel like nobody, oh, that's too bad. Maybe, like, who hasn't remembered you? Dude, most people you don't want. You don't need in your life. Babe, I'm telling you, I work with like a lot of clients. We usually do about 300 to 500 people a day at the school, every day. So it's a very fast-paced environment. That's where I learned all these different people. And like, you just really gotta look at people's priorities. That's where I think, who cares what they do or don't like about you? It just really matters like how it affects you and the power it has over you and how quickly you're willing to move forward from the situation or work through it. Sitting there and just wanting it or fucking even getting involved in fucking getting pissed about it like me. I don't have a problem fucking confronting people. That's what I need to just move forward from things. Some of you guys need to say things. I think you're doing a good job, Michael. You're always fucking telling me what's up. Told me to fucking be quiet at Ben's house, huh? I was so pissed. I was like, who the fuck? I was like, I must have been being crazy, huh, that day? Probably. Ben said, surprisingly, I asked him the next day, I couldn't believe it. He screams at the TV, like bad. Like, I thought he was like screaming about things like, you know, when they're being like passive aggressive, but they're not talking to you. And like, it was all over a TV show. Like, dude, yeah, I've never seen anybody scream like that at the TV. Oh, my brother Colton was looking at my shit last night. I like Colton, even though he does a lot of bad stuff. He robs me every time. He's like, but I don't know. He's like, I fucking taught him that when I was little. Somebody taught me how to do it, and then I would bring him shit. One time I brought him this big old speaker. My mom was like, stop fucking bringing your fucking brother. And like, and then, yeah, it's a cycle of the stealing, huh? He got me good last time, little fucker. I'm all nice and shit. He rolled my car on the street, wrecked it, took a bunch of shit. My mom fucking, this is where she pisses me off. My mom fucking helps him. She wakes up and fucking goes and helps him unload all the stolen shit, bro. And they left purposely my car in the road, dude. And after, the cops were so fucking nice, they didn't even tow it for fucking 2 days, and nobody even told you. That's the shit my mom likes to do to me. She loves it. It was like, it's $4,000 bill. She'll go fucking help him unload all the shit, and then she fucking straight. They both did. They both left my shit. Fuck you, Colton. Like I don't even know why I like you. I mean, I'm obviously fucking fucked up in the brain. Nobody would ever do that to somebody. Like what the fuck? You couldn't even like put. Why wouldn't you push the car off to the side or anything? My mom even has a truck. Like they literally did that. It's like sometimes when I think about the things that they did, it's like it's really sad in my heart because like they actually are doing that just to like actually hurt me. That's just crazy to me. I feel like sometimes we do things that people don't like about ourselves, but you literally did that. Like I let you like use the car and everything. It's just like icky. I don't know why even. That's why one reason I don't want to go back to that area. Let's see what we say. So, literally, not to like, I feel bad, but like, literally, dude, Lindsay, there's a lot of stuff missing, like, that she put on her storage unit and brought over here. That's a bummer to me. I liked her. I didn't even check the messages. And she still owes me that money, too. That's a bummer. She obviously is one of those people, and I hate to say it, so I don't even like to be like this. But she fucking knowingly asks you for one to borrow large amounts of money, which it's whatever. It was 300, but that was a lie right there. Knowing that you can't pay somebody back or that you're not even gonna. She doesn't really mention anything. She'll just whatever I say about it. And I know how to eventually get it out of them. I don't want to be involved in that. I need to stop lending anybody money. Period. I need to stop doing everything with anybody. But also all of like there's a bunch of stuff missing actually out of one of my boxes. I'm glad I found my binoculars. I don't know if it was her though, just to be fair on that, because it was all of my dad's stuff that he collected a lot of stuff for the zombie apocalypse. He was always worried about it. And that's I think like what bothers me, but like I have been collecting medicine. I'm not gonna lie. They took all my medicine. And I actually am upset about that because I've been collecting medicine for years, for in case of literally like some kind of like situation. I want to in our group to have like medical care, and it's all gone. All the medicine's gone. And so, yeah, I definitely don't. You never know if you're gonna get anything back or not. But like I don't know. It's just important. You could any clothes or whatever. I don't care. But I've been literally collecting medicine. That's the only thing I grabbed when my dad died. I just grabbed his phone, and he was such a dork. He had these bins. He was always worried about the zombie apocalypse. I agree. He just gets anxiety. My dad's not the brave one in the family, and so he fucking literally was always like so scared. Tara, hey Tara. He would give me like inhalers when I went on my trips to Alaska. I bet he was so mad at my Uncle David for getting me that job. But he's so nice too. He's always just in a great mood every time, dude. Always. I just love him for that. He never ever said anything ever about my mom. Never. Don't be talking poo-poo about your partner, and your kid will love you. Like, they don't need to know about our breakups. They don't need us to put our people down. But his bins were full of expired-ass fucking food. But that's what I grabbed. I grabbed his journals, grabbed a couple pictures that he painted, and his phone. Nobody surprisingly wanted his phone. I couldn't believe I got that phone. It took about 6 days for people to realize they wanted that phone. He's a fucking drug dealer. Of course you should want the phone, dumbass. But I wanted it because I just like to know if you guys are okay or not. When I want to know if you die stressed out, like was there anything on there that we need to know? Basically, like, and you know what's crazy? When I said, man, Mom, I just feel like I gotta get Dad's phone. I told her. I said, I don't know why, but I just feel like he was fucking cold, dude. And she's like, of course he was fucking cold, Tara. He was fucking dead. Mom, Jesus Christ, she's fucking such a dick, dude. Anyways, you know what's crazy? Dude, his last messages that he ever wrote, he went to send them out, and he never did send it. And it said, we came down here to get warm, but all we got was cold. It's like still being in the typed box. Isn't that kind of crazy that I fucking think that? I thought that. I get fucking pissed about that shit, bro. There's still more to figure that one out. Oh, both of them, dude. I'm fucking fit. I got Agent Gibbs fucking issues, dude. Yeah, I don't. You know, when you choose to use, you choose to lose. That's my motto. My baby daddy passed away from drug use too, but his was different. He was in an alley. Yes, and that's crazy too. I fucking literally, dude. I don't feel like I knew when my blew up during his actual overdosing, like when he was literally overdosing, which is crazy because I hadn't even talked to him for years. We had broken up years before that, and um, I feel like it's kind of crazy to think like if you can. I don't feel like I channel Kenzie, my sister, and Martin wasn't. He's somebody I didn't think about. I don't feel like I had the first time I even thought about Martin. So I fucking had a dream, and he had walked up in a tuxedo, and he handed me a check, and it was a bonus. And it took a long time. It was years later. Martin was my worst death, I think, that I dealt with for sure. Probably, I think it's because I found him suddenly at work when I walked around the corner, and he was fucking straight. He had been hung. Some of the students say that his body was uploaded on a video on YouTube. It really fucked with me. I thought he had suicided it, but then everybody was like, they would start tripping out, dude, about all the things and the details of everything. And I started to research the difference, and I learned that I guess our brain it programs anything that we study within a 60-day fucking period. And so your brain will start to make you feel like, I started to fucking have suicidal thoughts, and I'm not even like that. I started to literally think like how he was thinking. I felt like a Gothica movie. I don't know if you've seen that movie Gothica, but she's trying, you know those movies where the girl's like trying to figure out a murder, and she's like wigging out, and everybody's like, calm down, you know, and like eventually like I let it go slightly, but I like wigged out. I was like I kept thinking for a year straight. I remember thinking 9 months for sure. And I kept feeling like somebody was gonna be in my back seat, and like literally like it was like bad. I started to feel like I fucking was gonna be choked like while driving. And the more I was studying about that chokingness, and you know what's fucked up about that too? Zeke started to literally choke me, like completely, like unconscious. Like, I'm not even kidding you. That's how I know he's like piece of shit now that I look back even more. Like when you're freaking out about something, he would obviously do it. He makes me see like he was probably doing a lot of like terrible things. Like I wonder like about a lot of the things he seems like he probably get into it, but advice to people. And I was approached by him a couple times. Like it was an accident that he did it. I don't even think it was an accident. One time also there was a major burn. Somebody had gotten on their palm, and one of them said, "Fucking," that supposedly they had touched it. I don't think so. I really am sorry. This resurfaced not too long ago, and I think that for sure. And another time, one time, somebody who had a lot of bruises, had been whooped. And I just wonder how many more times that person had those things, and I don't believe that they touched that iron that day. Both of them, and that's really fucking sick shit to fucking think about, bro. Dude, you guys really gotta like pay attention to. Dude, it's crazy because every person that you think is the most trustworthy or the one that you least expect to do that kind of shit, man, those are the ones that fucking do it. They say that children are abused by their step parent and even killed. No, that's how they are. It's actually illegal for step parents to punish children because of it. So it's crazy too because I feel like the biggest abusers, they all look really nice, calm. You wouldn't even fucking think that they have any of those issues. They are so chill. Those are your psychopathic fucking ones right there, dude. Like the ones that are like, I wonder what kind of psychopath. They must be a malignant psychopath or something. I feel like something because I wonder if they're malignant or because they say there's malignant narcs. They could be a malignant narc. They probably are. I think my brother would be a malignant narc, maybe. I don't know if I would give him, he might be a psychopath, but he might be malignant. Because, like, psychopath typically is not emotionally connected. And so you have to think, and we're malignant narc, they say, is the most meanest of them all. And then you have, like, sexual sadists, or you have sadists. Sadist would be, they're sadistic. That's the short term for sadistic, sadist. And then sadists want to see harm happen. They like to watch people be hurt. But then you know, like sexual sadists, those are the ones they like to have do it with their victims while hurting them. So, sexual sadists, those are not still psychopaths. They're still emotionally connected. You'll see pain in their eyes, anger in their eyes, where true psychopaths, they don't have the part of the brain for emotions to be there. So they cannot feel empathy or regret or bad for anything that they do. They just literally don't have that part of the brain. They're born without it. We're fucking the narcs. They are actually pre-wired, it says, genetically. It says that, and so you should pay attention. If they're like, oh, my family, this and that, like as a narc, do know that it, being that it's a pre-wired genetic, basically an event has to occur to fucking activate it. So even if you could like actually be aware, you could be asking medical questions, you know, if you were thinking about having a baby with somebody. I think it's really important because you're going to have to deal with that narc stuff. And it is a serious thing to overcome narc. They have to literally not see it as like a fucking bad thing. They're probably the worst sign to help, I feel like, in a way, because they get so defensive about it. And it doesn't help that people like themselves, and which I do think are the ones that do it. But that's not true. The dude last night, but I don't think it was the dude in the picture. But yeah, a lot of them, they literally bash any type of mental health. So it's really difficult to help them understand it because they always want to argue, and you're not here putting them down, bro. It's really important that people know what people deal with, because if your brain is just wired to do things, and like you have to be willing to learn it, and you also may need a skill to learn it, or there might be like a barrier that's preventing them from doing it. And so no matter what, that's really what's all we need to know. Skill will or heal. Skill will or heal. Are they willing to do it? Do they need to learn it, something to do it? Or is there a barrier that we need to remove? Do they not have a fucking ID? Do they not have 2 forms of fucking identification to get a job? Why are they fucking riding the bus? You know, they're like, well, I lost my license. Okay, well, what are you doing to get it back? Oh, I can't, you know, yeah. Those ones are always just looking to fucking get it. They literally are not planning on doing anything. That guy that took my truck, he was a great example of this. He's been down probably in Spokane for a couple of years now, and I knew when he was trying to rent from me that I wasn't going to have it, because I watch what you do. He had a few different interesting behaviors, like right when he stayed with me the very first day, which I guess I do too. He rearranged this room downstairs and made it all comfortable. He even put a curtain up. You could tell that he's homey. You could tell that he likes his own space. He put his bed in the corner of the room. And some people would like their bed on the middle of the room, you know, with a nightstand on each side. Not him. I could tell he wanted to feel hidden and protected. It's probably the hidden part, keeping it out of the view of the window. He wanted to have all view of outside, and if anybody would be looking in, he could have been tucked in that corner. I like to look at everybody's ways of doing things. He had several different behaviors. We have all new people in this chapter. They're a little bit. I shouldn't. Why do I have to hang out with psychopaths? Well, we'll see what happens yesterday. I started a big fight with the whole group yesterday, purposely, because I told them to get my truck from that bitch. And I know that they know where it is. They probably can't get it back at this point. Oh well, they were told, we talked about it, and like they were acting weird about it. I've known that girl since kindergarten. She's my fucking kindergarten classmate's mother. I told her, fuck you, dude, on that too. I said, you're stupid. I've had enough of your shit, Terry. Literally, dude, you were the one that came over, and you need to fucking deal with it. And I don't even care if I get it back. But That's where I need to not lower my vibration. I need to handle things maturely because I'm gonna get karma for any time I do bad stuff. Look at me all smiling, huh? I'm all fucking smiling like a donut. Dude, I know. I'm fucking straight. Got that bitch back good. I always get you back good, man. I'm gonna get in trouble by the Lord. I'm not kidding. That bitch better not have taken my fucking basketball. You think she did? She fucking probably did, baby. I haven't even checked my messages today. It's like been stressful a little bit looking for a vehicle. Actually, it's not really stressful. I just actually am picky. Well, I don't want any of them yet that I've seen. That's good. I'm trying to get something with good mileage. I think I might choose a car this time. I usually don't. I usually choose... I've been an SUV person, but I don't need it anymore. I don't have all the extra people in the car anymore. Oh, I wonder if that dude... I know it sounds ridiculous, but like there was a fucking van for only $1,000, and check that out, see if it looks like... I don't mind saving money too. I guess a van, whatever, not really what I was thinking, but I do think a car's pretty. I don't really care what we end up doing. I was going to pay a few months rent in advance, but I don't know if that's the smart thing to do around here, because like I do like it though. It's such a beautiful spot. And rafting, canoeing. Oh, well, she probably took the canoe back. Bitch, that shit had spider webs in it and a fucking practically fucking dead man from the last fucking century. But, you know, those are the type of bitches that if you fucking play with it, she's a lot like my mom. If they see you enjoying something, they take it from you. You enjoy, I destroy. That's the type of girls. I wonder if this is how my mom acted when she was young. Fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, they are the type that if they don't want you around, they have you removed somehow. Even if they... There's a variety of ways these ones go about it, but they will even take and do... Well, the cops have already been here a couple times, and I'm pretty sure she's the one who fucking literally was... She was screaming. She was screaming at everybody. And then somehow I think Lucy overheard the whole thing, and I think she just assumed it was fucking Jim. But Jim actually was kind of fucked that night. Somebody's dog got out, chased his cat up a tree. He was obviously upset about it. So if that's even when he was screaming, that's pretty fucked up. And it's also messed up because I feel like they should have stuck up for Jim that day. And then somebody, which I do think he probably did, because I like to think just break it down and look at your personality. The cops showed back up a couple days later, and there was rumors that supposedly he was saying that he had a fucking gun. I could see either one of us fucking saying some stupid shit like that. Even myself, when I'm like, I make little jokes like that, it's literally actually a fucking threat. So, yeah, you can easily talk shit and then fucking be like, dude, that's literally a threat. So Jim's a lot like me in that area. We gotta watch it with that shit. That's the kind of shit that those ones will look for. Safety, sanitation, and really they're the starter of typically every fucking problem, everywhere, every time. But because they handle it, it's crazy. Zeke does the same shit, bro. He'll like fucking be crazy the whole time, but then when the fucking cops or CPS show up, these motherfuckers straight fucking, it's like they fucking turn back into fucking some kind of fucking evil narc bitch, and apparently they're not even fucking intoxicated anymore, and they can talk very clearly to the cops, and somehow you go to jail. That's how they do. That's what made me realize, you motherfuckers, so you literally have been doing that shit for like, you just do that. They can pick and choose who they talk to. Like every way. So you're just treating us like poo-poo, huh? That's way different. How much empathy we've had for people that were really being rude, and literally we thought that they were like, we make excuses for people. I can't believe it. Like, people there are just plotting and being rude and shit all the time. That's what I don't want. There's no way to escape it, huh? Only to get to an island and blow the boat up and fucking then I'm still gonna see the helicopter somehow from the sky, huh? I feel like I can't help it. Maybe this thing works good. I think my hair is getting a little bit too long. I feel like I need to cut. I've been wanting to cut it a little bit. We should at least take an inch off. But I don't want to. I always do that. I never grow it out. Try to grow it out so we can get married, Michael. You're gonna be Michael Dana. Mrs. Johnson. Sounds good to me. I've never been married. I'm only married once. My mom's like, don't ever fucking get married. Don't ever fucking trust anybody. And she's like married 5 times. My favorite stepdad used to be John. Not anymore. My sister's favorite stepdad is Bill. One time I went over to my mom's house while she wasn't there. She was like a dickhead about doing laundry or anything. She doesn't like to, if you're not like under her, she's just a dick. So I sneak over there. Sorry, that was my face when I thought you had a weird shaped butt. What? Butts are funny and either good. She has long legs, and her butt's not. It's like I don't even know. It's like if Stop, Tara. All right, let's have a good day. Let's fucking. I think we're about good. We just need like some mascara. I like this thing. This thing is like good. I feel like it's a little flat right in general. I don't know. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Quit touching it. Put the brush down. Look. All right. Okay. We have all these SIM cards because I'm telling you, if I catch you with devices, I take your shit and I smash it and I take your card. Now, I found some interesting shit on enemies. One of my enemies actually wants to be a man, and they have been even texting people as a man trying to catfish. That was a funny thing to find. Another one, I shit you not, or I shit you so, was literally, for whatever reason, photographing themselves pooping in a bucket. What are you doing, bro? What in the world better could you find? I found like some kind of Ethiopian family, which concerns me. But at least I did see on that one that it was also with a bunch of other shit that was the car that I had towed. I felt like it was stolen. And at least the Ethiopian family fucking matched up with the location in which the other stuff did, so if it didn't, you already know I'd be on some fucking weird theory kick about Ethiopians coming after me. So, and then let's see. The final one is empty, so oh well, I'm using it now for that. Yeah, I'll take your shit. And I will fucking literally, nobody's gonna fucking straight. I hate, dude, that a lot of people are recording and I see there's cameras everywhere around here, which is fine. It helps me to be better. I'm kind of a bad girl. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Hazel will die at 3 o'clock. All right, let's see. I'm missing one part of my makeup. Just want the normal spongy thing to. And then we'll go see if the basketball's there. Because I literally want to play basketball. I bet, dude, I know I don't. I'm going to be upset, dude. She is so stupid, dude, to literally, she watches the cameras and like, I'm telling you, you enjoy, I destroy. And literally, she's just like my mom, dude, because I already know, like, the minute that she sees me, she's going to give me that stupid smirk face. And like, watch, I'm going to go over there. Dude, I swear to God, if the basketball's there, I'm going to be really surprised, and I'll admit it. I'm going to be also very sad if it's not. Jay, it's not even like that, dude. I'm already premeditating, like, fucking straight me getting upset, and it's not even. I do that. All right, now, let's just go see. There's no way. We cannot go see if the basketball's there right now. So it says. Some of you guys are trying to figure out something information-wise, and you feel like the information that you've been getting is very limited, and it's not what you're looking for. You're looking for, like, facts. You're like, it says this person's we're looking to get some serious information, and honestly, you're starting to doubt, like, the it's going to be something that's even going to come your way. But obviously, if it's here, then you'll figure it out, baby. There could be some kind of case going on regarding with a detective of some sort. Somebody could have gotten into an accident, maybe a vehicle accident or some kind of work accident as well. Could be something. So obviously, do know that anytime you get into a work accident, like you can technically claim L&I and all that shit and sue. And so they have like a whole like HR department that is going to look into it, like no matter what, right off top, just because of people that do sue. So there could be a detective or some kind of investigation for that reason right there. So if it's work or anything like that, um, it just if there's even an investigation, that seems pretty shady in general because they don't even need to go that far. Um, Either something happened or somebody could be saying that something did that didn't. But I do see that if they're saying should that happen that didn't, they would be the type to fucking like make sure that they could make it look like it did. They would set you up basically is what I feel. And if you do ever get an injury at work, if you don't know, they're supposed to have you fill out a form and you have to go take a UA by law. And if you don't say anything about it, then you know Steve can dodge that bullet. But most of the workers these days, if you're working for a company that really matters, they're gonna they should be doing it correctly because you could still turn back around and feel like you are. There's a risk of being sued that everybody can get. Everybody can have a certain amount of time that they can come back and actually do something later about it. And so there's a policy in place, and each company will be different. But it sounds like somebody's trying to figure something out, and they are having a hard time finding that information. We have reporter now, so somebody could have reported you for doing something if you're hanging out with anybody or you're partying with anybody. They may have told on you, and that could be the big thing. I know that one of my Facebook people, he's always on fucking cocaine every night, and he has been doing terrible, honestly, in general. And I don't usually say terrible, but I'm upset because he's just like, anyways, he works with like big machinery and shit, and he got an injury, and he uploaded that he got it, and it was a tiny little scratch. I don't even know if he's honestly working anymore, because I already knew, dude, you're gonna get your way because that fucking company is not gonna. They're more than likely gonna have to. You use fucking big cranes and shit, so just be careful of that. And I do think he actually was partying with people at work or bragging about it. He always does. Not to mention that he's just up at all hours of the night, and so anybody can also see that. And so it was a dangerous situation waiting to happen. So I feel like, but I don't feel like I don't know if any of you guys are doing that kind of stuff, but maybe you're being investigated on my channel and you're trying to prove somebody is fucking literally under the influence here at work. I can't stand them. They're not getting their work done. And honestly, you could be trying to think, how do I can't deal with this person anymore. Well, that's a great way to start. You always want to pull the safety sanitation card, ever, always. That's the only thing government and the OSHA and the law will be focused on. It's not about how you feel. It's about if they are. Companies want to know if you can find any like discrepancies in money. If you can help, it's like basically be paying attention to what they're doing as safety or sanitation. Pay attention to if they washing, anything. sit in your car, and you'll see them. They'll be doing drugs with the weed. That's, let me see, what else? Time. Time clock. Big deal. You know something unique? What it's going to say is you're going to complain, and you're going to say, Tara begins her shift at 11 o'clock. Today, she came in at 11:15. Date, time, signature, store, location. It'll have a number, typically if it's a chain. That's it. You give it to your leader, send them a picture of it, send them an email if you can. That's your best way, because you're building a written track. So you don't need your person to actually listen to you. You're going to make the difference no matter what by being professional, and that's simply what you do. You're going to say, that's it. And like then you report it to your leader if you need to through email. That's the best way to do it. I feel like screenshots look trashy on messaging. And you do not ever, hearsay will never do the trick. Sometimes if you don't have your paper trail the whole way, because some of you guys are tired, and I'm glad to hear it, because I've been tired of watching you guys actually be underneath these pieces of shits. So some of you guys are dealing with the leader and shit that fucking is not, you need a spot basically, you'd be better fit than they would, I believe it. So those ones are drinking too, the men. Oh yeah, so pay attention, like if they're like supervisors in a group, if you ever see them walking in a group, always they're gonna be drinking on their lunch. They always, whenever they're gone in a group, I find out those motherfuckers be fucking drinking, dude. They go to restaurants and they drink. Every fucking one of them. So I'd say how you're gonna take over and deal with that. Pay attention to the things they're talking about. They're always talking about meetings. They think they're so cool. They're elites, right? And fucking they'll always be big mouthed with that shit. Go to lunch around the same time. Get yourself a back table, and you're gonna photograph them drinking. It doesn't matter if it's lunch. You cannot drink. You can definitely send that shit to human resources. Is what you're gonna do. You don't even have to report if it's a fucking situation with addiction. You do not report. You do not need to report, and you shouldn't report it to your leader if it's the leader that's doing it, because they're gonna know the steps on which to take, and they're gonna have to take you away. But if you already know, you're already meeting them there. You're fucking having lunch too. They don't fucking look over at you until they see you, and then they do. Ooh. Oh yeah, they'll be fired. They'll be out of there. I've seen it happen every time. All the leaders usually do cocaine and drink. I even had a leader message me one day on the boat, and she was like, Tara, she said, Coast Guard, the drug dogs in Coast Guard they're coming on the boat. They're going to search the whole boat, because basically, like, we were leaving from Seattle to Alaska, and she was telling everybody literally to hide their drugs. And fucking, because the Coast Guard was coming on. I have her in messaging, bitch. And literally, dude, I ain't stupid, you dumbass idiot. I said, I don't have anything. I mean, like, you're crazy, bro. And that was our purser, which is the one underneath the captain. She's the one who handles all of the fucking medical shit. She's the nurse on the boat. I wanted to be a purser. I'm going to wear a nurse outfit. You don't have to actually be a nurse to do it. Yeah, they all got fired. I didn't even, I wasn't even, they tried to, yeah, they were groupies and shit. Watch for, they're definitely going to be stealing in, no matter what, more than likely inventory. Some of you guys, if you're business owners, you absolutely need to be smarter. On whoever does inventory, and you should do it, if you want to be bad, do inventory. If you want to save money, check who's doing your inventory. Typically, there's about a $200 balance that you get a month. And is the only time I've ever seen anybody notice or say anything about orders is if it goes over 200. So not one person ever checks. I've never heard anything about what we order. There's like a whole catalog that you can order from. And so you can't, obviously, I've never seen anybody take money from that area, but I have from the tills. There's a lots of ways that you can take money and how they're doing it. So I get to teach you both worlds. I'm like both criminal and I'm like I'm good and bad. I'm like 50-50. So, let's just start with the inventory in case you're just wanting to get somebody out you hate. And most of the time we do hate our leader. Guarantee you on inventory, they're taking thousands upon thousands of dollars. I promise. I would bet my life on it. If you're seeing any type of manager who is not responsible and is very like immature and they will have time issues, they will typically be on their phone or act like they have meetings and just random shit. Basically, their work is just kind of sporadic and not done. They're gonna be, if they're on drugs, they're gonna be. You'll smell things when they come out of the bathroom, and also they take a lot of extra breaks outside. Typically, somebody with like a bunch of phone calls is somebody's probably going through a real stressful relationship. Lots of it could be fighting and insecurities, or they could be insecure and they can't focus a lot of times. But the ones that are happy in groups, like I said, if there's like a bunch of them in a group, they typically think they're elite, like mindset, and they always drink at lunch. No matter what, there's only good managers and bad ones. And the naughty ones are gonna steal. Probably the good managers. I don't know. Not everybody takes. There's Jim. Not everybody steals. I won't say that, but you need to check what they ordered, baby. Request that you can do also things that would, if you want to jump on it too and catch them, putting the inventory away. If you ever learn how to do that, sometimes you guys will be there on the day inventory arrives. So you should actually offer to help them one day. Until the inventory is actually logged into the computer, it doesn't come up stolen. And so, how you'll know if they're actually stealing? Well, they'll come in and they'll be very upset with you for basically putting the inventory in the computer, because now they're gonna have to like clear it out. You know what I mean? It would have to say promo, or it have to be paid, discounted at your employee discount, but no matter what, they're gonna have to pay for it. Another thing that you'll know when they're ordering things and stealing is you'll see a new like scanner code for it in the box. Anything that's a new code that comes in at random is just because they ordered something that that store doesn't have. The inventory department keeps, they always send you a code with whatever you have, and they keep record of it. And so like, you'll know that unless it's like promotion change and you get a new code, they ordered something at random. That would not be allowed in a big chain. They all have to follow the exact same look, just like the Safeways and the Walmarts and the Great Clips. Franchisee, they can buy a Great Clips, but they're owned ultimately by the main Great Clips. And in franchises, you're not allowed to change anything from store to store. Every 2 months, they'll send them, like when you see the posters change on the windows and in your work, that's when that's the only time that you will get a new product. And also another thing that you'll know if they're full of shit, because when they do introduce new products, they send samples too, by the way. You probably don't get any of those. They send enough samples for the people in your guys' store. And so if you are from a big franchise, I'd be paying very close attention to that, because most of the time they'll intercept the whole box of samples to themselves. They might get a little bit like upset. Like they notice, like they're not grateful. Anybody who's not a stealer is going to be really grateful you put inventory away because it was helpful to them. Anybody who is stealing is going to be like, oh no, don't worry about that. Or they're going to be like, no, don't do that. It's going to be one of the two. But it's because they're probably fearful that you may know these things right here. But even before they even realize that you knew these things, they're going to be upset because now their shit that they were planning on taking home is logged into the system and they can't take it. There's no way. Also, it's risky because if any of the corporate leaders, which is not usually until like the bigger dogs come in, and those would be the ones that do the walkthroughs with like the iPad when they're freaking out about them coming in and they do the review, they still haven't noticed any of this. Like, the cleaning supplies may come up also. There will just be things around the business that used to always be there. And if anything just comes up looking like it's just missing, it'll be weird. Where's the freaking thing? You know, you guys are usually always consistent. And so you'll get some wild ass motherfucker like me. Anytime something's weird, something's weird. And they'll do things like let people leave early. They'll maybe be there early, but typically closing's probably going to be the better bet. A lot of times closers are, it's a great area to go because usually the 9-to-5ers are the more serious ones. They're all like picky and prudy. They do all their corporate meetings and shit during the daytime. They're not going to have anything at night. By the time it's night, most of the big dogs are having some drinks. And the big dogs that are having some drinks, they don't do anything wrong at work. I did find out a couple of them were drinking. But she might have been like, well, I don't know, maybe she did, but I think they all do actually. Wait, who does it? So how do they do it from the till? See, that's the funny thing about the till. A lot of people have the camera pointed right towards the till. Stupid. Not one camera. How many of you guys have a camera in your back room by the back door? Very little. Where are the extra supplies? The back room. If you're dealing with somebody who is got a problem with stealing, they're gonna scan every square centimeter. They can't help it. Anything becomes a habit within a 60-day time of practicing it, thinking about it, or anything. And so you can bet your asses that it's been more than 60 days for these people. I pretty much call it blueprint scanning. It's very difficult to not like think like that. If you like it, some people like to do it, and some people need to do it, and some people are angry, and they even do it because they might say, "Fuck you! You're not paying me. I'm gonna get mine fucking out of it." So there's all different like ways that they go about it. But the till, dude, I'm telling you, I can't think of anyone really, and I don't mean to sound like, oh, I know I'm wild and shit, but like I see what they fucking are noticing. Everybody is so stupid; they don't even notice any of these things. Literally, everybody's got cameras pointing towards that till. Nobody, dude, whenever somebody is actually having a situation, it's not very often at work that you come in and somebody's got money stolen from the till. It does, there could be a moment when it's happening a few times in a row. And I know that even during those times, you guys know exactly which one's doing it. And most of the time, they could even be like a favorite. Basically, there could be some like rejection on the suggestion of who it is. And you know it's them. Those ones, they're either new drug addicts. They're pretty. It's a different kind of drug addict. Those ones are like, usually I've noticed newer drug addicts. Like they'll take 5, 10, 20, $50, and it will kind of go in a consistency. It will be on the day of the shift will be the day the money's taken. Versus somebody who is a little bit more clever is gonna making sure that you guys deposit your deposits daily is a big deal. A lot of tell you guys to do it daily because you're supposed to. You should do it daily because for your next level up, those ones used to do it the 5, 10, 50 way. But it's fearful for them because it's a big risk to fucking literally leave a shift and take 5, 10, $20 out of a till. Big risk. It's not even worth it. And they will go through phases of it. If the change in that person is that they have been better at times, and then they also struggle with like that addiction, which is stealing. But they actually seem to be like, I don't know, maybe the other ones are good people too, but they will get it out of the deposit bag for sure. Like a backed up deposit bag is a big trigger. Sometimes the girls won't turn it in for like 5 days, 6 days. And like every time you close, and they always put the ones that are less than they think in the closing shifts because they want the opening. You should always have an intermixing of a snoot with the crazy ones. You need the brown noser mixed with the crazy ones. The brown noser is going to always be reporting back to you when they're smoking too much, if they're slow. If basically the naughty ones are going to be like back rooming it. They'll be out there fucking straight smoking. They're going to be like lower number times, less money making times. Because you get all the fucking straight fun ones towards the end of the night. They don't always get along, but usually they're fucking obviously like less important because they got that closing shift. And I don't even choose a closing shift for me. I don't want a morning shift because I know the prudy ones are going to be in it and I'm naughty. So if you were to say, Danielle's going to be working with you guys at night, now that'd be the worst, bro. We'd have a 24-hour babysitter, which is exactly what we need. So you might want to switch some things around. Do know that if you're dealing with money that comes up out of a deposit, it'll be a large amount. It can be in the hundreds at that point. And it won't be in one chunk. Basically, the thief will, they start to study, obviously, as you can see, behaviors. We watch everything about you, the way you think, what your priorities are. The deposit bag stealer will take a little bit out of multiple bags, and they will also target days they were not there. So if you're dealing with missing money out of a deposit bag, I would almost say there's a almost 90% chance that it's the people. Towards the people that were not on any of those shifts. It will ironically, I bet you, I can't say 100%, but we've looked into these things multiple times. It was one of our latest ones. I think it was a $600 out of 3 total different bags missing that we were looking into this last one. And it was somebody that was not there. I feel like it. I'm trying to think if they added themselves into any, and I don't think they did. I think it was all days that they were not there. And I also knew that person went through phases where they had a lot of really good times, and then they were actually in need of money during that time. And another thing that they did to bring attention to themselves was they'd actually asked for like, and it was the same amount too. They kept asking for draws of some sort, and it was around 600 as well. You know what's weird though is right after that person left, another 50 came up missing, but I don't know if I believe that girl, because that came from somebody who I was catching light all of the time. I think that girl was saying that to just see people's reactions sometimes. She was really good with making you feel like she's the one who's always like, she could keep anybody from quitting. I'm not kidding you. I could fire anyone. I'm the firing queen. I'm the culture queen. I do all the personality shit. I like come in and help them with their numbers. Usually, you'll manage anywhere from grand opening all the way to teaching them from be student to manager. So it's a really amazing job to see everybody. And I've been doing it for 16 years, but like, I don't know. Even the ones that, there was this one location where the girls, it looked like there was a heroin issue, is what it was. Opiates. I was scared. Cynthia, honestly, I was worried I was going to fucking find her. Literally OD'd in the fucking parking lot. And then Ashley, there was 5 of them, all in the same location. And Ashley was a dealer. Brianna was a dealer. Jamie just started using. And then Cynthia was she was probably your heaviest right there. And you just start hearing things. That was where the till money came out missing in small bits, and they handled it stupid. And you know I just seen that. I just went back and worked for that Russian lady again. She's like, Tarah. I told her too when it was happening. We all tried to tell her Jamie is the one stealing the money. Like I told her. Like Jamie literally was nodding off too. Literally right behind the client. She had just been on fucking pills, bro. And it was her first time using opiates. And like a shit not, dude. She'd be like standing there like nodding off and shit. And like we would tell them, dude, Jamie made a lot of money. She was probably one of the toppest. My hair's already starting to curl again. Jamie made some of the top money. So I realized that I didn't know at the time if Natasha wasn't doing what she needed to do about it, because I thought it was literally a money decision. Like she was like, no, Jamie, if we lose Jamie, we basically lose about $5,000 every 2 weeks of service money. So she probably did make about $7,000 to $10,000 a month for the location. So that's what I thought they were looking at. But I went back and worked for Natasha again, and she said something about that in my interview. She's like, Tarah, that girl Jamie, she was on drugs? I said, yeah, Natasha, we told you that. She's like, I did not believe it, and she's like, I did not believe it, and so I believe that she couldn't have, maybe she didn't, she's a Russian, she doesn't fucking use no fucking drugs, and she works really hard, and you know what, she looked like she was telling the truth, and she said another funny thing. She said, Tarah, I actually be nice to the employees now. She's like, you see how I take them to the trip to Vegas? I said, I did see that, Natasha. Isn't that funny? I actually be nice to them. And she's so cute. And so some of them have to actually learn that stuff. But I tried to suggest, because she's one of those people that you have to get the top sales to go. Well, you guys already know the ones that are always making the top money. They're fucking maniacs with that shit. And then you have the ones that focus on service where they're quality over quantity, and then you have quantity over quality. I said, well, do you think maybe you should consider maybe like having a drawing where anybody that doesn't hit the numbers, maybe they can get lucky and they can experience that too. She said, no, there. Isn't that funny? Yeah, she's like, fuck that bitch, man. That bitch is gonna earn that shit. She's the one that, she fucking is the one that told me to fucking take down my station. There, it's Natasha. You need to take it down your station at home because it looked like a salon station. I'm like, I'm not taking my station. She's like, take it down there basically because it looked like you're poaching our clients. Oh, trust me, your bitch ass clients ain't gonna come to my fucking house at the end of the day. Like, I fucking want to see more of your asses. And she was like dead ass. She was like telling me to take down my vanity station because it would look like a salon. I told her no. You know what, dude? I get a fucking text, dude. And it's a typed up paper, and it's white with a title, and it's talking about Putin, and it has 3 bullet points, and it talks about what Putin would have done to me if I would have told him no. I didn't even know who Putin was. This is how I even have learned about this shit. I did not know even who Putin was at the time. I look it up, and it says that Putin president. I said, oh, you are funny. The number came from 3 total recipients. I didn't have any of the numbers saved. And it was threatening me, saying what Putin would have done had I told him no. And I said, are you Putin me in my place right now? I told him, the next time you fucking ever fucking straight threaten me, you better fucking sign your name at the bottom, bitch. And they never said anything after. But I came back and worked again. She said, I know it, Tarah. I know what you're doing. I pay attention to you. She's funny. She's the one that told me to come back to her. I said, Natasha, go to your office. She couldn't even believe it. Oh, she tried to tell me too. Dude, I get a call from her again, dude. She say, it's Natasha. And what's going on? She's like, I need to talk to you about that post that you make. Which one? The one where you say, you need to come into the salon and get service from me because if you don't, my Russian boss is threatening to kill me. So she's like, we're not Russian, Tarah. We're Ukrainian. Russians are bad. I said, so if I say you have to come into the salon and get services or my Ukrainian boss will kill me, that's fine. She's like, yes. Bro, you're funny. And like literally, I think you're lying right now, just to be honest. Because like, how the fuck are you now Ukrainian? You wouldn't have threatened me with Putin the last time your ass was throwing a fit. She was funny. She was wearing cornrows that day. She'll threaten you with Putin, but she's a really good worker. She's like a really good worker. Her family bought that salon, her dad did, and like she actually works like so hard. She's a really good woman. I need to actually email her and talk to her and tell her that I'm sorry for leaving that day, but honestly, they were disrespecting me, and I told them already. I'm tired of them calling me in to go and do this stuff, and then they try to like push it with you, and they try to have you work these hours. No, I'm not doing it anymore. I literally don't need to be there. It's not worth being there anymore when you see what they're doing. Like, they're all fucking stupid. Like, they gossip and shit. Natasha does not gossip. Natasha's fine. I don't mind her. But she did know. She knew exactly what she was doing by trying to give me that fucking extra time. I've already dealt with it before. I get called all the time to come in and do that shit with those girls. I don't mind it, but like, I cannot stand them anymore past 4 hours. That's all. I'll give them a choice. You can keep me 9 to 2, or you can do 2 to 6. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm not doing a midday. I'll come in and I'll help you with whatever you need, and then I'm out. I don't even want to do the manager anymore. And they always want you to do it, and I think it's because I haven't figured it out exactly. They do. I've noticed for sure, I think, because when I was doing Great Clips, which that was a good round, I got to do a grand opening on that one, like literally cut the ribbon shit. And I'd already worked at that particular, you know what's crazy? On that job, I worked there when it was sports clips too, which I liked all of them. I like all of them. I just like love working, actually. It's that I started to realize that people actually, I don't think that they love being friendly. I think they always are trying to just do dumb shit. They're gossip. They're crazy. They're not really friends. And they're like Brooke. She's like, I would like to train for the assistant manager position. The one that literally Maggie's training for, you dumbass bitch. I said, Maggie's? He's like, yeah. First of all, Maggie's already trained for it. I trained her. She is about to be my assistant manager. And it's because I evaluate you all to see who's going to take over my job as manager. I would not have chosen anyone who just went behind their friends. Why wouldn't the fuck would I think you're a good leader if you just went behind your friend's back? And you clearly have heard that she has trained, which would be an ED at the end of it. So she's done. She's not training, you dipshit. So can you even fucking, do you know the word differences? But I would never let, what kind of leader would you possibly be if you're going to go fuck your friend over? And by the way, I told her, well, don't you think Maggie, because Maggie got her the actual job. And she also, there's just a lot of things that Brooke would not, like, have done well for management. She has no babysitter for her kids often. She's late all the time. She's going against her friend. And she's gossiping also. She did not have her friend present during this conversation. She's obviously two-faced. She's evil. Taurus. They both are Tauruses. But Maggie had, she wasn't my best fit. I mean, she was fake, but she's still, you don't need to not be fake as a leader. You know what's crazy? Maggie didn't get it after the whole thing, because I think she kept going. She goes around the chain of command. I think they were seeing that Maggie is the type of person who did exactly what they were both doing, man. They were trying. Maggie ended up doing to what Brooke did to her to other people, and then my leader seen it. They cut it ahead, and she did not actually get that position. She thought she did when I left. I mean, and why the fuck did you have me fucking straight? I said, well, why do you have me train for it? Why do you have me train her? And they're like, oh, anybody can train for it, Tara. Yeah, well, I don't want to give 30% of my fucking bonus to somebody that literally didn't get the job or waste my time. What the fuck are you talking about? They gave it to Danielle, though, which is funny because I taught Danielle, too. Isn't that funny? All the girls. Danielle was one of my students at Glendale Academy, and she, actually, Martin let her go, too. She is very, with all due respect, annoying, bro. She's like one of those kids. I had to start carrying a clipboard around for Danielle, like, that was blank. It actually would pretty much just say, if I don't want to deal with you, if you're an annoying ass fucking, I will have something in my hand like that, and I just act like I'm really busy, and I'm carrying the clipboard really close, and they'll be like, and then you'll see them coming, and then they'll see the clipboard, and then they'll be like, oh man, you know, they're doing something, and then just act like you're like, oh, yeah, is that, you need anything, you good? And they'll be like, oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. It's pretty much the only way to get out of it, dude. She is very, 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 I was cracking up, dude, when I found out she was going to be the new leader. I already bet your ass that fucking Maggie definitely moved her shit over there to that station, and Maggie was being bad, too. She was not good of a choice, actually, in the end. I will never, again, train her. I would not. Why is my bed off the bed, Hazel? Taurus women? No, not for me. Not for me. I cannot deal with them. They cannot help it. They are so fucking straight, sneaky, and conniving. Dude, and I'm not saying everyone, so please forgive me if you are one, but every one of you, so far, the men and the women, both of them, fucking, dude, cheaters. And she just did not ultimately have, after Brooke was told no about wanting her spot, she came back in at a different time in front of everybody else in the salon, including myself, Jordan, just all of us. And she actually, she says Maggie has been in the bathroom taking naked photos, basically, is what she was saying. And so, obviously that she's right in front of every other staff member, and I'm the leader. There was going to be no way that everybody wasn't going to be expecting something to be done about it. And to be honest, she had been in the bathroom a lot lately. Even I noticed. And I don't care, because I'm usually the one that's smoking or something in the back, so take as many breaks as you want. But the time that people are going to be upset about it is obviously going to be when the clients are there and you're going back to back with the work and you just feel like they're not doing their part. So she was actually very noticeable in the bathroom, to be honest. I noticed it too. She'd be in there for like a good 10, 20, 15 minutes, easy. It was more like 15 or 20 a lot of times. And so I was not expecting them to say that she was taking pictures of her boob. It was her biddies. And Maggie is not pretty. I call her Meg 150. And literally, so that's awkward after. But I just handle it casually. I don't give a fuck. That's what I have to do. So I just told her, Maggie, you know, if you're, what, you know, people are saying that you've been in the bathroom for a long time. Da, da, da. I said they're saying that you're taking pictures of your biddies. So I just, you know, I don't really care what you do in there. But just try to be more mindful, pay attention to clients and stuff out in the lobby. And I remember a tear literally rolled down her fucking right cheek, dude. I didn't really know what it was about. I think it was out of pure anger towards me. And I shit, you know, it got bad after that. She was honest. She said, it wasn't my boobs. It was my butt. Bro, I don't need any more of your guys. I have enough fucking visual issues. And so now I just can't even help fucking seeing mudslide Maggie's butt cheeks. You know, and it's like, from what Jesus Christ fucking angle would you possibly... I can't with it. Anyways, I just tell her not to do it, you know, and I didn't even write her up for it. Oh, wait, fucking Brooke, literally, she likes to stir shit up, bro. She could have a little bit of traits like this one here. She goes right after she does this, and she fucking starts to comfort Maggie, and she full-blown tells her she cannot even believe I just asked her that. And that she tries to actually encourage her to file a complaint saying that that was completely inappropriate. And one day she even walked in front of everybody that she had mentioned that to. She told all of us about it. She walks right back in front of everybody. I don't know if they're crazy at this point, but she fucking announces, I don't know what's going on around here, but honestly, I haven't said anything. Bitch, you're the only one that said anything. You fucking weirdo. Anyways, I finally got somebody trained and was able to get out of that particular location. I was there for like 3 years on that one. It was fun. I got to go to Minneapolis and yeah, took that location to record-breaking sales. I like being there. Sports Clips was really fun too. Really liked that one. Although now I look back and I'm like kind of creeped out a little bit. One of the things I used to say that I liked about them was that the owner himself comes in and makes you, of course, he makes all the girls give him a fucking shampoo. When I was earlier in my career, I was like, that's really cool. The owner's coming in and making sure that we do a good job. No, he's probably a creep and wants us to rub his head. But they do sports at that one. Every TV has to be on some kind of sports. It could be any sport, but I felt like that was cool. I got to know everything at all times that was going on with sports, so that's something guys really love. It's just really a sexy thing to be able to just connect with men at any area and them just have a favorite sport, whether it's NASCAR, or baseball, or hockey, or football, or UFC. I love UFC. That's my favorite one, but I get so excited about that. Yeah, I just did that. You can always, well, not that you guys are not all pretty much dudes, but anytime you connect with something, like even just now, I asked him how the Chiefs do, or how are the Raiders doing. He said, "Man, they're 1-0," and I said, "Well, it's still better than the Chiefs." And he's like, "Ah," because like you know what, they love it. And same thing with girls. If you have like anything about their stuff that you can say something about, you're like, "I love the All Pooey shampoo. It's so moisturizing." They would actually be like, you have to say it in a way that doesn't make you sound gay. But like if you connect with anybody on something that they love, they just love that shit. So just pay attention. You can pretty much know anything. Let's go fucking canoeing. Let's take a shot. Let's take a shot. Let's have fun. Hi babies. Alright, let's see. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love you. I get so awkward. Sometimes when people compliment me, I have to compliment back. Yay! I was thinking though, maybe if I'd be a teacher. Maybe if I be a teacher in Moses Lake, I applied for that school too. What is that one called? Oh, I think it's called Charglow Beauty. I love working with the students so much. They're better than the staff at the schools, to be honest. Well, no. They're better than working salon, because once the girls get to the salon, they think they don't need to learn nothing. But there's someone, they'll respect you as long as you don't fuck up. I'm pretty much a fucking fun one, and so the students are, it depends on at what point you go. It takes almost about 6 months into it, but a full year guarantees that you will be pretty much accepted in a school, because the students have to cycle out. Like how it works in the colleges is like if one teacher doesn't like you, which how many girls like girls? They're fucking stupid. They always be rude. And they reject you, and then the teachers actually will talk mad shit about the other teachers, and then the students won't learn from you. So it takes a good year in a lot of schools if they have the wrong team. But I did get the job a few times down there. I just never ended up moving down that way. Let's fucking apply and see about it. I love working with the students so much because I just feel like I get to help their life and dreams come true. My favorite thing to do is work. That's Jim. He's all bald as fucking skinny and shit. Jim, James, Bob, Lucy, Chris, Ricky, Jeremy. That's all I remember. That's pretty good. I thought, I some stuff that's been coming in. I think I've been considering possible. I always think about real estate though. We could do that as well because of the reason. But today I watched this video and it was talking about assessing land. And that was cool. I learned a lot there. It also helped me to understand where they might be a little bit less caring, I guess, as a realtor. I've been getting upset with them because I feel like they have not cared about the well-being of the family before or after. And they also don't really seem to care about what you buy as long as they can sell it. And so I've been really getting upset about it. But today was when I was watching that guy do his class. He just didn't really say anything about that matter, but the way that he talked about it was just, he was talking about assessing, and the letter of A means access. So access stands for the part of the land that can be accessed by the road, basically. How far down is the road? If you're thinking whether you want to do like commercial or like personal. They talked about things like dust blowing all over and how people actually, and they will, the rich people, they wouldn't come to your business if dust was everywhere. They really are picky as fuck, actually. I've seen it. They will not even come downtown when there's homeless. Like, they won't even be, they're not even building any more locations and shit downtown where any of if the rich or middle class people, but it's pretty much the rich. If the rich feel like it's dirty or unsafe, they're not going to be building businesses there anymore. It's already been happening for years. They talked about, obviously if it's residential people, they're going to not want it. It would be a big mistake if people, they showed us like dump yards, and they showed us somebody, they said there's a cemetery on one side, but they also were talking about, one of the S's stands for slope. Somebody say we have access. So A is access. So we have access, not access. So A is access. The next S, yeah, slope. Access. I'm almost trying to spell it. Is that? We have slope though. It showed on the map. They were teaching us how to look at the map. The map shows these, like, basically when it starts to slope, you'll see lines like being drawn down on the map, and the lines in the represent how close together each fucking mountain slope is. And so obviously on anything that's sloped, you're not going to be able to fucking build very easy. There's, oh, soil. The soil has to be a certain consistency, basically, for if it's not city limits, you would have to build your own sewer tank, and your soil has to be the type of soil that can actually not create like a land, like basically it can't get moist and fucking straight do weird shit. You have to have a certain type of soil to have that be a thing. The slope is going to be a thing. Access is going to be a thing. Satellite is also a thing. Can you even get signal out there? And so they were talking about like things like, if you make a mistake and buy a property that looks so fucking beautiful, and then literally you see you didn't have like a soil person come out, which you wouldn't have a soil person come out until you wanted to build or dig your fucking septic tank and shit, and that's when you'd find out you already paid for the property. That's so, it was just teaching us so much cool stuff. Obviously, like, and my sister just said that they were looking at this property too. She said that there was like all this acreage out in the middle of this. We drive by it all the time. It makes sense why. It's free and still for sale. It'll say like 100 acres for sale, 100. I guess on that particular one, you can't water the field. Hazel! Nice try, dickweed. Hazel! Hi, Jim. Hazel, get over here. I know. Yeah, we can't risk it. There are more than just her that are picky about the dog thing. Actually, anybody is picky about dog. It doesn't matter. You either have them on a leash or you're a total fucking piece of shit. So that's just how they do. I could respect that one. Yeah, satellite. Yeah, they say that some of these properties. Yeah, I would just say that literally. You know what I'm wondering? I mean, I do understand the soil thing. But I do want to say that I looked up I'm such a nerd. I'm always studying, but I am a teacher. But like, I literally love learning about the world, humans or the world itself, like just in general. But I was saying that actually, and I will give at least one, I will give you a good point. It says only 28% or something like that of the world is actually technically government, federal land. So it's not bad. I could deal with that. I didn't know what we were going to come out, but that is almost half. And I do want to say I give you a thumbs down because you guys took native land 3 total times. They changed the amount. I'm not okay with that, but I will say we don't know for sure why. You guys honestly get a little crazier than usual. You get crazy, like I think they say that natives is just in your blood to get super crazy when you drink. It is actually true. I didn't believe it either myself, but Zeke's native. And something, and when I don't know exactly what it is yet. I do think that it's still your responsibility if you want it. You know, if I were a native, like Chief Joseph's my homie, and I thought about, you know, taking, like standing up for natives, I was going to do the Spokane tribe, and I was going to do Chief Joseph, because I'm from Spokane, and you know, Chief Joseph's always been the homie. I don't know why, I just heard about him first, I feel like. And I literally, dude, I don't like that story. But we're not going to get into that, I'm such a nerd. But, you know, who the fuck else is more warrior than the natives, is what I feel. And what happened to you is fucking terrible. It really is. I'm not okay with it. I want you to know that, you know, that's, unfortunately, that is a truly disgusting thing. And I am willing to actually stand up against any racism from the whites. I can handle the fucking whites. If you have any issues with the whites or anything, you let me know. Send me their information, and I will. I'm not going to hurt anyone, but I actually really love to go and work one-on-one personally with the direct leaders. I was actually going to go and try to visit people that I was going to focus on the Aryan Brotherhood. And I know personally that they're not really fucking racist. They fucking are fascist, which is a fake fucking dumb bitch who literally is a groupie just like everybody else. And like, they wouldn't do shit alone. Those are the type of bitches that fucking straight put hands like little bitch boys on their kids and their wives at home, and they break shit and they act fucking emotional. They're little boys. But when they get in a group, they are out there and they click. And that's the old world order. And unfortunately, it's surrounding all of us. There's only, we have to, the ones of you that are going through that stuff, you will soon rise when you choose to. If I were a native though, and I was going to use Chief Joseph's fucking situation, which is horrible, by the way. Chief Joseph literally fucking, there's two of them. One of them was old. I don't know I think it was his grandpa, but it could be his dad. But basically, everybody in the world is getting poisoned. Every fucking great person, and fucking Alexander the Great, you can bet your ass almost anybody they hate. Say, who the fuck is fucking Martha's fucking worst enemy? Go fucking straight figure out why. Alexander the Great, fucking, they all poisoned everybody. That's their little trick. We need to figure out what they poison with. And that is how they should fucking straight fucking be passing myself. I think they fucking straight fucking should get exactly what they fucking, dude, they've been poisoning everybody. Anyways, Chief Joseph too now. Guys, they had just approached him too. Canada. Chief Colonel Joseph. And fucking literally from Canada. They approached him, told him, we would like to purchase your land. They want a fucking straight mine or whatever fuck. He tells them no. He's not. They obviously respected the elderly one. Return back. He dies. I wonder what you fucking. You're stupid. They poisoned and they killed him. Anyways, literally, dude, baby Joseph, what does he gotta be? I didn't look at his age, but we're talking 15 to 19 years old. I want you. Any of us have kids now. We've been that age. So basically, he is actually the next one up to fucking take the tribe. Right when Big Joseph dies, dude, they fucking come in and start fucking straight fucking with their Indians, dude. Trying to literally do the shit that they did to Indians. Baby Joseph literally fought for his people. He literally rode for his people. They fucking killed everybody and ruined everything and took the land anyway. And then they hunted him, bro. And it says in our own books, they brag about this shit. If you look at the story, it says we hunted Joseph for a lot of days. That poor kid literally just had to lose his dad or his grandfather, fight for his people, which he watched every one of them fucking be murdered, go through grief, and then he was proudly hunted for a mass amount of days, and he had to be hunted by all those people, and finally they mutilated him when they found him and took the land anyway. And that shit is stuff that our country writes about, just like they write about Hitler and the Holocaust. And how straight up he was dumped by a brown-haired girl, and so they watched him fucking kill everybody. Sounds like a bunch of pussies. It sounds disgusting. And the more I learn about it, absolutely not. We got to pick our battles, like my dad says. Like I said, I feel like what happened to you guys, oh my God, it was disgusting. But I feel like it is your land. And any one of you who had your land taken, I would say you need to look into who was running it during that time. And what were they doing? Were they doing anything wrong? Was there a reason why they had to step in and take it? I noticed also when I was researching that all of the natives, I don't know which portions go to who, but the land was adjusted in size. For you guys, 3 total times. They took it more and more, and it stopped after the 3rd time. But could you even imagine that? You straight fucking, you go through what you go through, and then you barely fucking get a little bit for whatever reason. So we need to figure out who, like I like to figure out who the fuck was it when everything stopped. At what point did it stop? Why did it stop? Why didn't they continue to take more land? Was it really just because of the fucking mines? Or like, who, sometimes it's a person of power. Like, did you know that it wasn't until 1983 that child pornography became illegal? And it wasn't even because they fucking care at all about it. What makes things become a possibility of illegal is fucking through somebody reporting an injury or a sanitation issue to the Department of, like, Health. And for their case, they started to receive a lot of people that were fucking straight getting RAPED, and basically they were rupturing these little girls' placenta. And fucking, that's where they have a law that says if you're gonna sell a child, they have to be a minimal of 14 and a half in Africa, for example, in some countries. It's solely because all they care about is safety and sanitation. And literally, dude, for safety purposes, don't sell your child if in your country it's legal until the bare minimal 14 and a half for only the purpose of your placenta rupturing. It kind of makes me wonder, like, is the quinceañera for the purpose of that little bit right past 14 and a half shit? You know what I mean? And so, no, I don't trust anybody in their fucking old world order. If you can't literally, you know what? They always say once on the internet, always on the internet. Well, I know the internet wasn't invented in '83, but when have you ever really heard that apparently all of our elders were okay with child porn until '83? And I mean, I just don't remember any point in my life of somebody having to tell me you just don't make porn with a child. And so I've just, it's pathetic how that whole thing is hushed, hushed, huh? You wouldn't even fucking have known that. It really sickens me to know that I even have ever liked the It movie, because I feel sad for any woman who was ever truly treated like that, which clearly it was a big thing back then. No wonder the girls turned into rock and roll. No wonder they made that stand. Because they were literally being RAPED and freaking sold off and made tons of movies. And like, where, so if they're saying child porn, so then where are any of these movies? Where are they? And literally, dude, they make that movie with it, and like that poor girl in that movie when the blood blasts her all over. It's because she's crying because her dad's doing it to her. And it's like, we sit there and watch that movie for the purpose of the clown. And just the more I learn about what you guys go through, my heart feels different now. I feel like for somebody who would have really been taken advantage of by somebody, like in it, we could use it as an example. Every time you get triggered, you see that fucking movie, you're gonna know that happened. You see all these people just watching it, and it's like not one of us really said nothing really regarding that poor girl. We didn't think about it. Why? I mean, I know a lot of us went through it and we all had our different experiences, but I just don't trust people that were running it that would have acted like that. Soon enough, I do believe that something big is going to happen. Don't you? And it's going to be on the people's part. Because I'm seeing more, and I'm so proud to see it. I'm so excited to have you guys here, no matter where you stand on any matter. I support all of you as long as you're happy and you are interested and you are, feeling, I don't even judge people for if they're not. I don't even think of good and bad. I think everybody's amazing, and I think we all got our habits, and I think we're all where we're at just moments at times in our life. So I just want you to know that you're amazing, and I really just really in my heart believe that. I just, if you're struggling out there, I feel like some of you guys need a couple extra bucks or something. I'm feeling, oh, I get it, bro. That's why the fuck I sold the house, because I just, you know what, I didn't want to worry about how I didn't want to go to work anymore on that either. I needed a break, and some of you guys really need a break, because you might be around people all the time, dude, and like, you're picking up their constant energy 24/7, and that's what I was noticing too. I'm starting to realize, bro, I'm getting anxiety. It wasn't even my anxiety, bro. That's what being an empath means, is that we can feel their fucking shit, bro. I was getting headaches. I got headache. My sister, she was with me both times during that time. She has a very, and I'm not gonna put her down. I feel like, I wish she would talk better about it. She gets embarrassed for whatever reason with me. She talks to my daughter about it, but for me, she won't. But, dude, I've never in my life felt that power. I was actually trying to figure out what was going on. I was getting headaches, and I even was thinking maybe it was the lights and stuff. And then another time, I did ask her, she was at my house, and I was like, instantly when she got around me, I said, do you have anxiety right now? She said, a little bit. And it was very powerful, that poor girl. That poor girl, like, you know what? She has that BPD, and they say that BPD can't separate anger from, like, sad. So, uh, that, you know, I don't even know. I really care. I don't ever just feel like anything's wrong with you guys. Like, if I do think you guys should go talk to anyone ever, always that you need to go to counseling, you can do it online. You know, getting that support that you need from these people is the best thing that I ever fucking did. They're the ones that teach me all about this shit, dude. Every time I go to classes, they just teach more and more about how to understand it. And if you feel anything icky, just look it up on your fucking phone, dude, and literally see what they say. It looks like it says. You don't have to tell nobody. You can even do it on your private mobile browser. If you don't want to fucking tell anybody and you've not had a good experience doing that and people blackmail you, or maybe you don't even like to leave the house, don't. They have it all available. You can Google it. You can research it yourself. That's what I do. I've went to counseling a long time too, but there's only been a couple that I really think were awesome. Carla Ballin, she was funny. She fucking is just what I needed. I've had a few workers that were bomb. Some of them were just like whatever. They're kind of stupid, really, actually. Um, but I did still learn something from the last one too. She did something different that changed my life forever too. She she wouldn't let me talk about anything negative. I'd say for a good 4 sessions. And the purpose of that was that she didn't know me. And she didn't want to trigger me and bring up hard things and have me go home and maybe harm myself if it would have, like, what if she pulled something up and she made me fucking straight freak the fuck out after I left. You know what I mean? And I've never one time had anybody do that one. So that changes me too now, I think. That's why we gotta start referring people to the proper person. Because what if we did that? And how many times have we given some advice and it was wrong? Like I used to tell people that they could work through the medication and not be on it because they could learn what the problem was. That's not true. Not if it's filling in pits in your brain and if you're wired different. They have to be given the wire over here. It's, you know what I mean? And so I'm just like, man, I just like love life so much. I think you're all perfect, and I think a Mexican is staring at me through my window outside. All right. Well, let's see if she took my basketball. She probably did. If she did, then I guess. Well, I want to go canoeing. Oh, Hazel goes canoeing with me. I think this outfit turned out good today. I feel a little weird, but weird's good. My grandma's so sweet. She was texting me a lot last night, and I love you, baby. And she's just so beautiful. She's like, I wake up every night in the middle of the night and I always eat an egg sandwich and I fry an egg, and I love her so much. I should at least go down there and spend some of the fall, if not like the holidays with my brother. Why else? What else would I be doing? It's either going to be the drug addicts in Spokane or obviously my other side of the family. And they're all really fun. It makes absolute sense. I think that's what I'll do. Because I think that a good rule for me in this chapter is maybe if I am around anything negative, sometimes I freak out, but I think we need to move. I don't want to leave. We'll be fine. Let's go see if we can find a different place. I do like it. It's too bad. What if we're falling in love with it? We have our whole strip here. They're all good. Nurse, me, Mexican man, fucking redneck fucking dude that looks like my brother, and then fucking Chris on the end. We all get along great. Those fuckers fight every day, all day. They are not fighting today, but they go through phases. They like ignore each other. Everybody pretty much has a beer in their hand with like one of those the little like things that they slip it in, like a beer holding thing, like a soft one. So that's okay. And let's see what else here. The girls, the old lady girls, Rita and Regina, they stare at you. They're the ladies who literally are gonna write you out. They're gonna call the police. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe, like the ones with the glasses and shit. They maybe Some of them are just dumb gossipy bitches, old ladies, and then the other ones are actually. She actually looks like. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I have a problem with Lucy. A lot of people are mad at Lucy because she's fucking probably tired of them riding the four-wheeler past her house at fucking 1 in the morning, and I am too. So I'm pro Lucy so far. They also say that they don't like Chris, that he's their only enemy too. Well, I actually had a little interaction with Chris too, and you just know how to handle him. I fucking jumped her shit back. He's a lot like my mom, and then he reminds me also of my Tori's dad, Troy. Jim's fine. Jim's always in a good mood. He, obviously, all of them are going to be a bridge to Ricky. She definitely is going to be able to, anything and everything that I say and do will be held in the court of Ricky law. So pretty much just acting like completely like keeping to myself would be absolutely best here. But she's just outside. She's ripped the tree up outside my thing. I'm not kidding. Right there. She had a truck come rip my tree out. Like, you're dumb, dude. That is not just like out of nowhere. Oh, yeah, you just every day you just have a truck come up and she chops it down, and then literally it's ripped out of the ground, the roots and everything. They chained it up. I'll show you. That is not just like, you do not just decide today to chop my tree down. She probably wants to see me, like, right open. She's weird. Everybody, dude, these girls are, we have another bicycle rider. They all are the funniest looking bicycle riders I ever fucking seen in my life. Dude, I'm telling you, shoddy right here, look. Dude, that girl is shorter than you think. Watch, you're gonna see. She actually is like, I told you, what the fuck? Is that shit not kind of funny? She actually looks kind of pretty today. All those bitches are stepping their game up, dude. That's great. I've got every one of the girls out here, no shit, doing their fucking makeup. That's great. I love it. That's cool. They should always feel beautiful. Aw, she looks pretty today. I'm happy. I'm pretty sure that's Tooth, but I could be wrong. Oh. I don't think we like this one. What the fuck, dude? There's a lot of bitches around my shit right now. They're so dumb. That's what they do. They'll all like casually be like, and you're just like, bro, stop spying. Let's go see if the basketball's there. If not, we'll go canoeing. I know I spit. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna start a new one. I'll be right back. Wait, I'll stay with you. Okay. Alex, I love you. Yeah, so I'll turn you around when I pee, just because you might miss Tooth driving by. So that's what we got. I don't know who those guys are. Let me see. I'll show you the lake. That's over there. There is a bird flu going around. Wait. You're back. Dude, that's so funny that I'm recording and they're just like driving by. I did not know she was gonna be right there. So we are downtown live with Spokane KHQT News, where we are at the Sprague RV Park. Currently, me and Ricky are fighting again today, apparently. I planted a flower last night by a tree. Today, she has dug it out and chopped it down, and she actually changed the truck up and even pulled the tree out with the flower. So I guess she doesn't like that. So I'm assuming we're fighting. Well, we're not fighting. She's definitely making points. She's the type that's gonna fucking straight pull the tree out of the ground and be glued to flower, and so I get it. That's kind of funny. I'll never forget it, and that's pretty funny shit a little bit. So I'm gonna go see if she took my basketball or not. We're not sure. I had a feeling I should have grabbed it last night. It's whatever, if they did. The only downfall really about that, I guess, in a way, is because I have to actually walk over there and she's going to see me on camera go and look for the ball, and I feel like that sucks if she took it, because then she's going to be like, you know what I mean, that fucking vibe, and so that's the only thing. And, oh god, see, stop, here, look, I'm gonna turn you, they're coming again, they're acting weird. Here comes more. That is not normal. Yeah. Yeah, they're pointing at me. They're talking about me right now. I was there talking about my booty shorts. I'm gonna say, what was that? Yeah, they're talking shit. They never walk around my shit. Isn't that so nosy of them? Yeah, they like pointed at here and they said that my shorts were small. Look at them being all nosy. Those girls don't live on this side. Look at them. That's what I'm seeing. They're look at pointing and shit. Fucking doof. Oh god. Yeah. See, we have the Hoe Patrol. Well, actually, we have Psycho Ricky, and then we have fucking. That's what I mean by the ladies that are like right you up. They're talking. They're like, what? It's like, yeah. I'm assuming that was maybe my shorts. Get ready. It's summer. Who cares, bitch? I would not even went out in a bathing suit once. Like, you can fucking wear fucking shorts. I'm so sick and tired of anybody caring about how short your shorts are. I literally don't care, bitch. When I have to get it in now, I'm gonna be old soon. And like, I'm not gonna, they're just mad because they fucking have shrivelly fucking butt cheeks that look like their face. I have to come. Hi-ya-way, home-way-ya. Hi-ya-way, hi-ya-way. The cats will be here. Kitty, 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 kitty. It's gone. The cats took it. Oh my god, those bitches are stupid, baby. Look at them all bobbing their head and shit like a dumb bitch. I hate stuff like that. I'm always fighting with those kind. They're so fucking nosy. I take back that I said she looked pretty today. Because she's being pretty, not pretty, huh? Okay, let's get our headphones on. I need to focus. There's my grandma again. She's texting. I'm getting anxiety because, like, probably because their nasty ass energy was next to my camper. I'm glad me and Chris are getting along at the end. Because I have to walk past any one of them. Oh god, there's Jimmy. So if you can see him, I don't know. Looks like we're getting full around here. Oh, he's filling. She came out of the tree, ripped literally out of the ground. Look, you see a drug all right there. Alright. I'll be back, sweetheart. You can text me now. 509-799-5317. Mwah.